a feeling that pulses through us every single day as we push the digital transformation movement in this country. We were the first to launch GPRS and pioneered the 3G wave before breaking through with the 4G revolution that changed the way every man, woman, and child connected to the future. And today, we stand on the cusp of a new frontier, 5G. For over a year, some of India's finest minds have been innovating on technology solutions that will not only raise the bar on connectivity, but also cross it when the time is right. And today, in the city of Hyderabad, we become India's first telecom company to demonstrate a live 5G service over a commercial network at speeds that can allow anyone to download an entire movie in seconds. This is a moment that marks India's first step as a global power in 5G innovation. And we stand committed to lead the nation to that goal. For we are not just ready, we are 5G ready. We are Airtel, the 5G ready network.
दिल धीरे धीरे धड़के आज फिर होने को है आज सफर पर चलने का बढ़ने का ना है हौसला जितना भी फासला मंजिल तय मिल ही जाना है हमें है
हौसले पे सवार आगे बढ़ रहा है इंडिया और इसे रफ्तार दे रहे हैं 10 करोड़ हीरोज।
Every day is a new day, a fresh start. A start that helps you achieve your goals and dreams, goals that are linked with evolving future, which connects you to the world on your fingertips. Communication is the key to this instant connectivity, and the advent of data services have further augmented wireless communications.
We work jointly with mobile operators globally towards improving and monetizing the international A2P SMS market. We are optimistic of our SMS firewall analytics and monetization solution, which offers a secure SMS channel to the global mobile operators and opens up a new revenue model for them. The next wave would be across machine learning, chatbot, business RCS, and blockchain.
Root Mobile is pushing boundaries for businesses by providing comprehensive and customized communication service that enrich customer experience, setting new heights for the nation to reach and thus propelling India to see the new phase of development.
Cities are defined by their skylines, icons of modern engineering and architecture, brought to life by steel and concrete. We've compiled a list of some of the world's modern wonders for you to marvel at. Tom Cruise fell in love with the Burj Khalifa when he shot Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol at the tallest building on Earth. Standing proud at 830 meters, the Burj is a must-visit on every Dubai visitor's to-do list. The views from the top of this building are to die for. From Dubai to Amchi, Mumbai, it's hard to believe that the Bandra Worli ceiling is just over 8 years old. It's become part of the history of Mumbai. On weekdays, it ferries people to and fro from Mumbai's business district. On weekends, you often find families come out for a late-night drive on this 5.6-kilometer long suspension bridge. The tallest structure on the banks of the Thames River, the London Eye, is a giant Ferris wheel that has 32 air-conditioned pods, one for each London borough. The views from this 443-foot marvel will make your jaws drop. Big Ben, Westminster Abbey, St. Paul's Cathedral, the list goes on. No, don't leave London yet. There's another marvel we have to check out. The Shard. At 1,016 feet, at its highest point, the Shard in London beats the Eiffel Tower in height. This architectural wonder is one of a few places where you can gain a 360-degree view of the City of London. Immortalized in every movie, documentary and web series about Kolkata, the Howrah Bridge is probably Kolkata's best-known landmark. Completed in 1943, the first crossing on the bridge was not a car or a bus. It was a tram. Over 1 lakh vehicles and 1,50,000 people cross the bridge daily. Here's an interesting bit of trivia for you. All 5 of these modern marvels have an Indian element to them. Tata Steel has supplied steel to all of these mega structures. How's that for global reach?
दिल धीरे धीरे धड़के आज फिर होने को है सफर पर चलने का बढ़ने का ना है हौसला जितना भी फासला मंजिल ने मिल ही जाना है हमें है
हौसले पे सवार आगे बढ़ रहा है इंडिया और इसे रफ्तार दे रहे हैं 10 करोड़ हीरोज।
Winning is more than a mindset. It's about finding the perfect racing line with your eyes closed. It's about feeling the apex before you clip it. Making split-second decisions based on instinct. It's about knowing you've beaten the lap record before you even cross the line. Winning is to overcome. Winning is second nature. The 2020 TVS Apache RR310 with ride modes and Smart Connect. Crafted to overcome, crafted to outperform.
Our bikes don't just get us from A to B. They become our companions over time. They accompany us while going to the market or to the office. And even on our road trips, they're always there for us when we need them. So let us be there for them when they need us. Insure them for own damage today. Because when you insure them, they get protected against any kinds of accidents or damage by fire, any kind of malicious conduct, burglary or theft. and even natural disasters. What's more, you get all of this and much more for as low as rupees 3 per day. So what's the delay? Insure your companion today with Hero Insurance Broking and ensure peace of mind for yourself.
The best way to predict the future is to create it. And in India, one name has been doing it for more than a quarter of a century now: Airtel, where pioneering is not just a word on a page, but a feeling in our guts. A feeling that pulses through us every single day as we push the digital transformation movement in this country. We were the first to launch GPRS and pioneered the 3G wave before breaking through with the 4G revolution that changed the way every man, woman, and child connected to the future. And today, we stand on the cusp of a new frontier, 5G. For over a year, some of India's finest minds have been innovating on technology solutions that will not only raise the bar on connectivity, but also cross it when the time is right. And today, in the city of Hyderabad, we become India's first telecom company to demonstrate a live 5G service over a commercial network at speeds that can allow anyone to download an entire movie in seconds. This is a moment that marks India's first step as a global power in 5G innovation. And we stand committed to lead the nation to that goal. For we are not just ready, we are 5G ready. We are Airtel, the 5G ready network.
दिल धीरे धीरे धड़के आज फिर होने को है हाँ सफर पर चलने का बढ़ने का ना है हौसला जितना भी फासला मंजिल तय मिल ही जाना है हमें है
हौसले पे सवार आगे बढ़ रहा है इंडिया और इसे रफ्तार दे रहे हैं 10 करोड़ हीरोज।
Every day is a new day, a fresh start. A start that helps you achieve your goals and dreams, goals that are linked with evolving future, which connects you to the world on your fingertips. Communication is the key to this instant connectivity, and the advent of data services have further augmented wireless communications.
We work jointly with mobile operators globally towards improving and monetizing the international A2P SMS market. We are optimistic of our SMS firewall analytics and monetization solution, which offers a secure SMS channel to the global mobile operators and opens up a new revenue model for them. The next wave would be across machine learning, chatbot, business RCS, and blockchain.
Root Mobile is pushing boundaries for businesses by providing comprehensive and customized communication service that enrich customer experience, setting new heights for the nation to reach and thus propelling India to see the new phase of development.
Cities are defined by their skylines, icons of modern engineering and architecture, brought to life by steel and concrete. We've compiled a list of some of the world's modern wonders for you to marvel at. Tom Cruise fell in love with the Burj Khalifa when he shot Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol at the tallest building on Earth. Standing proud at 830 meters, the Burj is a must-visit on every Dubai visitor's to-do list. The views from the top of this building are to die for. From Dubai to Amchi, Mumbai, it's hard to believe that the Bandra Worli ceiling is just over 8 years old. It's become part of the history of Mumbai. On weekdays, it ferries people to and fro from Mumbai's business district. On weekends, you often find families come out for a late-night drive on this 5.6-kilometer long suspension bridge. The tallest structure on the banks of the Thames River, the London Eye, is a giant Ferris wheel that has 32 air-conditioned pods, one for each London borough. The views from this 443-foot marvel will make your jaws drop. Big Ben, Westminster Abbey, St. Paul's Cathedral, the list goes on. No, don't leave London yet. There's another marvel we have to check out. The Shard. At 1,016 feet, at its highest point, the Shard in London beats the Eiffel Tower in height. This architectural wonder is one of a few places where you can gain a 360-degree view of the City of London. Immortalized in every movie, documentary and web series about Kolkata, the Howrah Bridge is probably Kolkata's best-known landmark. Completed in 1943, the first crossing on the bridge was not a car or a bus. It was a tram. Over 1 lakh vehicles and 1,50,000 people cross the bridge daily. Here's an interesting bit of trivia for you. All 5 of these modern marvels have an Indian element to them. Tata Steel has supplied steel to all of these mega structures. How's that for global reach?
धीरे धीरे धड़के आज फिर होने को है संग चलने का बढ़ने का ना है हौसला जितना भी फासला मंजिल में मिल ही जाना है हमें है
हौसले पे सवार आगे बढ़ रहा है इंडिया और इसे रफ्तार दे रहे हैं 10 करोड़ हीरोज।
Winning is more than a mindset. It's about finding the perfect racing line with your eyes closed. It's about feeling the apex before you clip it. Making split-second decisions based on instinct. It's about knowing you've beaten the lap record before you even cross the line. Winning is to overcome. Winning is second nature. The 2020 TVS Apache RR310 with ride modes and smart connect. Crafted to overcome, crafted to outperform.
Our bikes don't just get us from A to B. They become our companions over time. They accompany us while going to the market. or to the office. And even on our road trips, they're always there for us when we need them. So let us be there for them when they need us. Insure them for own damage today. Because when you insure them, they get protected against any kinds of accidents or damage by fire, any kind of malicious conduct, burglary or theft, and even natural disasters. What's more, you get all of this and much more for as low as rupees 3 per day. So what's the delay? Insure your companion today with Hero Insurance Broking. And ensure peace of mind for yourself.
The best way to predict the future is to create it. And in India, one meme has been doing it for more than a quarter of a century now. Airtel, where pioneering is not just a word on a page, but a feeling in our guts. A feeling that pulses through us every single day as we push the digital transformation movement in this country. We were the first to launch GPRS and pioneered the 3G wave before breaking through with the 4G revolution that changed the way every man, woman, and child connected to the future. And today, we stand on the cusp of a new frontier, 5G. For over a year, some of India's finest minds have been innovating on technology solutions that will not only raise the bar on connectivity, but also cross it when the time is right. And today, in the city of Hyderabad, we become India's first telecom company to demonstrate a live 5G service over a commercial network at speeds that can allow anyone to download an entire movie in seconds. This is a moment that marks India's first step as a global power in 5G innovation. And we stand committed to lead the nation to that goal. For we are not just ready, we are 5G ready. We are Airtel, the 5G ready network.
दिल धीरे धीरे धड़के आज फिर होने
Hi Dinesh, hi CB.
Hi, Naren. Hi, CB.
Hi, Naren. Hi, Dinesh. Hi.
It, it is in 1 minute, right?
Sorry?
It is in 1 minute, right?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, we look as if we are very early. Yeah.
I was wondering. I thought I'm just on time.
No.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you guys because I put my audio here on mute.
No, you're saying that we were looking as if we are very early. Everybody's clocking in on time. There is power and
Hi, Pawan. Hi.
Hi, Pawan. But we are pretty much on the dot, right? It's 1:44.
That's what I said. I thought it's just on time.
It is 1:45 actually. Yeah.
Are you tired of repeating your speech in every meeting?
Actually, I mean, I've got fed up of what I'm saying. I'm sure all of you have, because the same thing 10 times in 3 days.
Most of the meetings there are new guys, but for us it's the same.
Yeah.
Whether listening to it or reading it is a bigger challenge, I don't know.
Hi, Sunil.
Hi, Sunil.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi.
Morning.
Good morning. Morning to you. Yeah.
You might not get the compliments today. You are hiding most of the painting.
I chose to change it. There were too many people commenting on it. I chose to change my angle.
Hi, Veer.
Hi.
Hi, Veer.
Hi, Sanjay. Hi, Veer.
Hi, Sunil.
Hi, Rakesh.
Rakesh.
Hi, how are you?
Morning.
Hi, Pawan.
Hi. Yes.
Sunil, Naren, good to see you. CB, hi.
Hi.
CB, Shobna's name was there in the participants original.
Yeah. Shobna, something went wrong actually. I will talk offline. This is already we have 300 participants. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I can see Lord Grimston. Hello, Lord Grimston.
Jerry, how are you?
Good morning, everybody. How nice to see so many friends here.
Yeah. We are all set, Lord Grimston. It's just we saw our High Commission and High Commissioner logged in, but somehow it's got logged out. But I'm sure that just give us a few seconds. I'm sure she's going to log in a moment.
Certainly, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
How have you been, Jerry? Have you been well?
Yes, very well, thank you. We're quite busy over here.
Right.
It's good to be busy.
Yes, absolutely.
lots of exciting things happening on the India front. Very pleased to say.
Yeah. I also see you're shaking up the top deck here.
Yes, I'm waiting to make sure that I'm not shaken, but seem okay so far.
Now she's on the screen. Lord Grimston. Yeah.
Morning.
Jerry, hope things are settling well. Pandemic is getting better or no?
Yes, no, certainly. I mean, as you know, as you're finding in India, it's vaccination which is the key to this. But I'm hoping we're going to be able to announce later today some restrictions on travel movements. Some lifting of the restrictions.
Lifting of
them. Also some, not have to have the PCR tests, etc. So there's a ministerial meeting going on at the moment. And if that goes as I expect it to, I hope there's going to be some good news later today on that.
Great. Good to hear.
So we have our High Commissioner also. We see her. Good morning.
Hi, morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning. With your permissions, so may I start the session, please? Yeah. Thank you. So good morning to everyone in UK, and good afternoon to everyone from India. Lord Jerry Grimston, Ms. Gayatri S.R. Kumar, our High Commissioner, a very, very fine attendance that we have from India and the UK. Welcome to everybody. Absolute pleasure to welcome you today to this inaugural session of what we call the India-UK Annual Conference 2021, as we discuss India-UK Roadmap 2030, competitiveness, growth, sustainability, and technology. So that's the That's the subject that we have given at the title of this program. This conference has been an annual tradition, flagship event that we organized alongside the CEO's delegation annually to UK. And our CEO's delegation, as always, is led by the CII President of the Year. And this year it's Mr. TV Narendran, the CEO and Managing Director of the Tata Steel. And we have just done two very, very good productive days over the last 2 days, virtual meetings with many stakeholders in UK. And we had hoped to do this CEO's delegation in person this year and meet all our friends in the UK, but this, as we all know, couldn't be done. However, many of our delegates are actually participating from the UK. They are seated in London, and the sort of a curtain raiser, if I can say, by Lord Grimston of that day would be able to move around without the next RT-PCR was a huge music to many people's ear, and everybody's fingers crossed on that. So at this point in time, we have around 300 odd participants at this conference, roughly half of them logging in from India and half of them logging in from the UK. A tremendous interest that demonstrates and indeed a huge support from all to accelerate this partnership that we are talking about. And this year we are incidentally also celebrating 40 years of CII in the UK, and so this is a very, very special occasion to us. It's a pleasure and honor to welcome Lord Jerry Grimston, a person who is not at all any stranger at all to the Confederation of Indian Industry, to the CII, and you have been someone with whom we have worked for decades now, and we are so pleased to see you over here today, and we are indeed most honored that you have always been of great support. It's been fantastic to have benefited from your perspectives over the last many years, and you have held several positions, if I can say, and appointments across many sectors, and served as one of UK's iconic business ambassadors, if I may say so, and your leadership of the India-UK financial dialogue, as we recollect, set phenomenal milestones for bilateral cooperation. And there could not be really no better person for us to turn to as we work together to promote and strengthen the UK-India economic relations. So once again, a very warm welcome to you, Lord Grimston. The conference today, ladies and gentlemen, is organized from the Indian High Commission as the lead partner and with the CII in partnership. And I must therefore acknowledge the huge contribution and partnership of the High Commission. And this is a great, if I may also say, government and business joint venture to bring this together. Our High Commissioner, Mrs. Gayatri Kumar, who is pretty much on the screen, someone who again has supported us from the front. Indeed, very grateful. Your proactive leadership of the bilateral agreement, bilateral engagement has been something which is instrumental in driving many new cooperation agendas. And thank you, High Commissioner, for your warm friendship, your guidance, your inputs, your directions for many years in different roles, and your personal input through every step of this particular CEO's delegation. Thank you very much, and warm welcome to you. I'd also like to really express our very heartfelt thanks to the entire High Commission. Rohit Wadhwana has been someone with the Economic Counselor in the High Commission who has been someone who has been also pretty much involved and leading support in terms of this delegation. As I said, today we are joined by many senior industry leaders from India representing diverse sectors such as advanced manufacturing and materials, steel, chemicals, automotive. Also, we have areas like healthcare, financial services, IT, logistics, and one can go on. So it's really a comprehensive group of people, if one can say. And there are sectors of priority investment, all of them are priority investments in the UK. And between them, they have substantial interest, substantial investments in the UK. And they also support thousands of local jobs, which is so very good and interesting. And our two countries, as we have been working on this relationship very strongly, we are, as we know, amongst the largest investors in each other's economies. UK, of course, is the sixth largest inward investor into India, ranking third amongst the G20 countries, and India is the second largest investor in the UK after the US. So, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as we all acknowledge, 2021 is indeed a watershed year for India-UK relations, with several momentous milestones. The India-UK corridor has seen a heightened activity. A couple of months back, earlier this year, we had welcomed Right Honorable Liz Truss in her earlier capacity into India, the launching of the Roadmap 2030 between our two prime ministers, and discussions on the Enhanced Trade Partnership Agreement, outstanding turning points that industry has always welcomed. And at this conference here today, industry of both sides will really build upon these agreements, and the sessions focus on business growth and competitiveness, sustainability and circular economy, financial collaboration, healthcare and technology and innovation. And strongly one would believe that these are key areas of our partnership and can shape global industry. CII's commitment to this relationship is strong, and we have some very strong perspectives that we bring in to when we are discussing this relationship. First, industry in India is widely supportive of the ongoing free trade negotiations, and we really look forward to its rapid progress. And as CII, we stand ready to provide the necessary inputs. We have been working with our government very, very closely, with our High Commission, and also act as a sort of a sounding board for the track 2 dialogues on this. Second, if I may say, the industry from India, present here strongly today, accords a very high priority to sustainable partnerships. Sustainability is a big issue with us, with the UK, and this includes areas of green financing, clean technology, sustainable infrastructure, and working together as we have a very important milestone, the COP26 objectives. Third, a more seamless flow of talent between India and the UK. That's very critical, and we need to consider a fast-track mechanism to facilitate travel to the UK. And in this regard, vaccine recognition would be very, very important, and our members have been raising this in the meetings and that we have had over the last 2 days. So, ladies and gentlemen, the conference that we begin now will capture many important ideas for future cooperation in the supportive environment, which, if I can say again, crafted by the two governments, and we look forward to some very good deliberations as we go forward. Once again, a very warm welcome to each one of you, and thank you for attending this important conference. I'll first now turn to Mr. T.V. Narendran, the president of CII, who's leading this delegation, to make his remarks on behalf of the industry from India. Narendran.
Thank you, CB. Lord Jerry Grimstone, the Honourable Minister of Investment, UK, Her Excellency Ms. Gayatri Sarkumar, the High Commissioner of India to the UK, industry leaders from India and the UK, media representatives, friends from across India and UK. Thank you for joining us today. I join CB in welcoming all of you for this public deliberation of the critical aspects of the India-UK economic partnership. For many on the screen, UK is like a second home, and today as we convene yet again virtually, one had hoped that this would be in person, but hopefully the next time we'll do that. As President CII, it's a matter of great pride that the role of Indian industry in the UK is being recognized widely as the two countries are negotiating an enhanced trade partnership agreement and working towards a free trade agreement. In the year ahead, we are as industry committed to deepening Indian footprint across the UK, supporting the levelling up agenda of the UK government, and creating value for the businesses in the UK and from India. Indian industry continues to have a robust engagement with the UK, helping it flourish through its investments and highly skilled manpower. 850 Indian companies contributing to over £50 billion in net revenue and creating over 116,000 jobs locally have helped make India the second largest FDI contributor to the UK. The UK industry also plays a significant role in India and CIS published figures on the footprint of the UK industry in India earlier this year. We identified 572 British companies, UK companies in India with a combined turnover of roughly about 35 billion pounds for the year 1920, which represents about 6% of the total FDI into India. These figures we hope will improve in future, and there is a heightened activity in the India-UK corridor this year because of the announcement of a roadmap 2030. This is a time when the industry, government, innovators, academia, and diaspora must all come together to make the most of this aspiration. As we look ahead to furthering our economic ambitions, one is aware of the many global challenges, some geopolitical, some multilateral, and others political, that one must navigate through. It is in times like these that the strength of the bilateral relationship shows. Our focus on lives, livelihoods, on environment, and on our shared social responsibility has meant that the 126 years of work that CI has put in is a vision that is now a shared global vision for a better tomorrow. In a volatile world where economic pressures either make or break nations, we are conscious of our own limitations and strengths, and it is therefore most timely that we have been able to convene to discuss key contours, concerns, challenges, and offer our recommendations for a robust economic partnership between India and the UK. We eagerly look forward to hearing from you, Minister Lord Grimston, your views on the larger vision of the UK-India economic partnership, your plans via the Office of Enhancement, and the role that we as an organization with whom you have a long association can work, and as Indian industry and as the second highest FDI contributor, how we can play a role in realizing some of those ambitions of the India-UK corridor. Our High Commissioner, Her Excellency, Ms. Gayatri Sarkumar, we've had very encouraging momentum in the economic partnership since you in charge. I would like to thank you and your team at the High Commission, who worked tirelessly responding to the crisis as well as supporting the CII UK team to provide critical inputs, consultations on the free trade agreement. We hope that next time this year we will be sharing a glowing report card of the shared vision, having translated into more jobs, more opportunities, and greater mutual investments via joint projects. I hope all of you will find these deliberations today useful, and I wish all the participants a successful conference. Thank you. Back to you, CB.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Naren. Thanks for those remarks. It's now my pleasure to invite and request Her Excellency Gayatri Sarkumar, High Commissioner of India to the UK, for her special remarks, please.
Thank you very much. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
All right. Your Excellency, Lord Grimstone, Honorable Minister for Investment, Honorable Mr. Paul Scully, MP, Shri T.V. Narendran, Leader of the Delegation, President CII and CEO and Managing Director of Tata Steel Limited, Shri Sanjeev Bajaj, President Designate CII and Chairman and Managing Director of Bajaj Finserv Limited, Shri Chandrajit Banerjee, DG CII, and all the distinguished members of the CII mission to the UK. A very warm welcome to you once again. I've been waking up and starting my day every day with you over the last 3 days, and tomorrow I shall miss you. This is a moment of global leadership for both our countries. So this is a very good moment that you are here on your virtual visit, with UK presiding over the G7 and COP26 and India set to chair the G20 presidency in 2023. In all of our efforts, in all of our deliberations and discussions, the private sector and industry on both sides has played an important role, has had an important share of the credit, and will continue to play a very pivotal role. So once again, I congratulate the CII for all its achievements and contribution over the years. Also for 40 years of CII's partnership with the UK. I'd like to say how proud I am that this delegation represents the best and the brightest, the pioneers and the leaders of our industry and private sector. Excellency, Lord Grimstone, you know better than anyone, than each member of this delegation, and the powerful potential of such a delegation from India. What I deeply regret is that COVID prevented us from doing as much as we could have done together last year. But I am determined to work intensively in the coming days now that London is opening up. So I look forward to working with the Indian industry and the Confederation of British Industry to see how far we can realize the true potential of post-Brexit UK and both our countries in a world impacted and constrained by COVID, but a number of opportunities have come up over the last year. One of the reasons that I'm optimistic is that we have made so much progress already on our trade negotiations. So under the leadership of our two commerce ministers, Commerce Minister of India and Madam Trade Secretary of the UK, there is much to look forward to. There is a very intensive engagement. The trade policy paper recently issued, in fact, last week by Madam former Trade Secretary, enunciates Britain's ambitions of their new trade approach, offensive instead of defensive henceforth, building more successful trade routes, especially in digital and services, and driving an exports-led recovery, bringing investment to the UK. And UK has also determined to pursue green investment through the COP26 summit. In the India-UK context, as we implement the enhanced trade partnership and work to double bilateral trade by 2030, we have agreed to commence negotiations this November towards an early interim agreement in March 2022, and hopefully an FTA by November next year. This is our goal, and this is what we are working towards in a number of tracks and meetings that continue virtually and hopefully in person soon. Both governments have recognized the importance of supporting global supply chains, open and resilient to threats like pandemic and climate change, in order to mitigate critical supply chain vulnerabilities and promote economic resilience. And both our governments are committed to achieving a strong, sustainable, balanced, and inclusive recovery in this post-pandemic world. Our governments have also agreed that for early economic recovery, it's absolutely necessary to work on recognition of vaccine certificates to facilitate free movement of our people like before, including for professional and business reasons. And so Lord Grimstone's hint that there is something in the offing today, I think that will send up a cheer all over the world, but especially among the business community and visitors from India, who consider London to still be a key financial center for their work in this part of the world. A key factor would be restoration of air links to previous levels that had existed before the air bubble arrangements, which some of the airlines obviously find restrictive. So we are working on that. There has been an MOU which has been signed on migration and mobility partnership, and this would enable exchange of talent and greater connect and linkages between the two sides. And recent reforms in India's taxation laws have, as expected, sent a wave of enthusiasm across investor circles. Similarly, India's decision to lift the FDI cap in the insurance sector, UK friends have welcomed that, and they have also welcomed the Indian ownership and control restriction. So a lot more freedom there, a lot more facilitation, and that should really be a big incentive. We have seen that Barclays have recently invested about £300 million into their India operation. I think this is a reflection of the strong and confident linkages between the UK and the Indian banking sectors. Another example is the India-UK strategic partnership on the Gift City, which you all know about. We continue to be ranked as a top fintech and investment destination. We are fast becoming Asia's top financial technology hub. And fintech companies Revolut and Tide from the UK have recently announced ambitious investment plans for our market. So, of course, and we've also agreed to build on the international launch of RuPay cards and explore options for enhancing cross-border payments on that platform between India and the UK. Let's see how that goes. I would also like to quickly mention the India-UK Financial Partnership under the leadership of Mr. Uday Kotak and Mr. David Craig. So over the last 2 days, I have heard and noted the elements of optimism, the areas of concern, the challenges, and the new ideas, the tremendous new ideas, which I have noted for follow-up, which have been shared by the CII members. High Commissioner will work on all of these with all concerned, and we remain alert through today also for your input and in the future, in the coming days, regarding any issues on which you feel we can weigh in and help to resolve. So with these words, I thank you all once again and wish you continued success, the best of health, and I look forward to meeting you in person in London at the earliest opportunity. So all good wishes for the rest of the day, and I look forward to meeting the CII members who are here in London, for which my office will be reaching out to the CII Secretariat here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, High Commissioner, for that all-encompassing view of the UK-India economic relationship and as it stands today, and especially for bringing out some of the very key asks of India and the Indian industry. Thank you very much for that, your participation, and thank you very much for your speech today. It's now my pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, excellencies, to introduce you to a report which has been prepared on India-UK business cooperation. It identifies a few very important areas. The first, identification of products that the UK can best source from India through unique tools which have been developed by the CII. Second, sectors of investment opportunities giving India strengths where UK businesses can best consider investments, and these includes areas like tourism, hospitality, technology, smart manufacturing, and defense production, amongst a few others. Third, investment procedures in each country. And four, investment climate in select Indian states, which we believe will be of interest to the UK industry. This is a comprehensive report, and it will help companies delve deeper into the current specific trade and investment opportunities in each other's countries of ours. I'm sure both our Indian and British businesses and investors will find the report very useful. Can we have the report formally launched? Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's now my pleasure and honor to request our guest of honor for the conference, Lord Jerry Grimston, Minister for Investment for the UK, to give his address, please.
Well, thank you, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon. High Commissioner, a great welcome to you. Mr. Banerjee, thank you for your kind remarks at the beginning. You and I were young men when we first started doing the CII together. So it has been wonderful to see, what has happened and the developments over the years. Of course, it's always a great pleasure for me to meet members from the business community, both from India and, of course, the UK. One of my regrets is I've not been to India now, I think, for 18 months. I think that's my longest time not being in India for as long as I can remember. But I have had the benefit of meeting Indian businessmen in London over the summer. And let's all hope that when we have this conference next year, it is a meeting in person, so that we can once again greet each other as friends. As you would have heard from Madam the High Commissioner's comments, this is a really exciting and dynamic time for UK-India relationships. India is, of course, a global economic powerhouse, and we are determined to deepen our links with India and the other major economies of the future, beyond Europe. Of course, the bandwidth of all our governments has been, rightly and properly, greatly occupied by COVID-19 over the last 18 months. But I'm optimistic, particularly with the success of the vaccination program, that government business will be getting back to its normal tempo, its normal priorities. And I've got no doubt that strengthening and deepening India-UK relationships will be a major part of that. It's been great to see how our nations have supported each other throughout the COVID pandemic, keeping critical supply chains open to ensure that our people have had access to PPE, vital healthcare products, pharmaceuticals, and of course, the wonderful COVID-19 vaccine produced in Pune by the Serum Institute. And I'm very pleased to be able to say that one of the 2 AstraZeneca shots that I had was manufactured in India. So the UK investment minister is a walking and living demonstration of the efficacy of vaccines produced in India. This year is a very important year, the next few months for the UK. We have our Global Investment Summit in October, which I'm deeply involved in. A number of people on this call I know will be attending, and we are going to be using that to showcase some of the extraordinary opportunities that exist in the UK now for Indian business. I was thinking over the weekend, what a transformation in the last 150 years. If we think of it, the first industrial revolution in the UK and in the world was led by carbon. It was led by coal. It was led by British ingenuity, but it was led by coal. What an extraordinary cycle in economic history, that the present industrial revolution that we are living in is based on the removal of coal from our economies in due course. And of course, countries will proceed at different rates in relation to that. But when I visit the east coast of England now, when I visit the Dogger Bank, the largest offshore wind farm in the world, and the North Sea, I confidently predict, will be more valuable to the UK as a source of wind than it was as a source of oil and gas over previous decades. And these are transformations, these are changes which are almost too big to comprehend, but I've got no doubt will give rise to huge opportunities for investment in trade going forward. And of course, in November, we'll be hosting COP26 in Glasgow. Indian companies worldwide have been at the forefront of investments made in innovative, sustainable projects that will support not just our target, but other governments' targets of net zero carbon emissions. As we've already heard, our economic relationship is strong. Trade of over 18 billion pounds in 2020, supporting nearly 500,000 jobs. And as we've heard, the India is yet again the UK's second largest source of investment in terms of number of projects. And what a fantastic record that is. My previous boss, Liz Truss, the Trade Secretary, I'm very pleased, has been promoted to Foreign Secretary, and I've got absolutely no doubt. I was speaking to her yesterday evening. She will be carrying her love of India, her commitment to India, and her desire to see our trade links transformed into her new role as Foreign Secretary. UK and Indian trade ministers have met regularly, of course, in 2020 and 2021 to drive forward progress. We've had meetings of the UK-India Joint Economic and Trade Committee, JETCO, in July, which I attended, virtual trade ministerial meetings in November, a visit from the then Trade Secretary in February this year, and of course, since then, ministerial and working level conversations have continued to progress talks with momentum and pace. It was a dream of many people on this call, including myself, when we were members of the EU. And gosh, doesn't that already seem a long time ago that at one point there would be a India-EU FTA, which would benefit India-UK relationships. I think I can confidently predict, and I'm not a great betting man, that we will complete the India-UK FTA before we see an Indian-EU FTA completed. There's been many productive discussions this week on how the FTA can act as a means to connect our economies and to double UK-Indian trade over the next decade. And what an amazing thing that would be, to have a doubling of our trade over the next decade. And I really do feel, from having participated in some of these meetings, that there really is a major opportunity now to drive this forward at pace. And it has been really pleasing for people like myself to see that the mutual ambition for a comprehensive deal as quickly as possible is now really on the table and shared by both sides. It's always been the case that our Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, and Prime Minister Modi have had strong relations. I know how disappointed our Prime Minister was to be unable, because of COVID, to travel to India this year, and I've got no doubt that that meeting will be reinstated. When our leaders met virtually earlier this year, the Prime Ministers announced £1 billion of new UK-India trade and investment. And again, the ambition to double bilateral trade by 2030. And I do think that the comprehensive 2030 roadmap agreed by the two Prime Ministers demonstrates how much the UK-India can and must do together as a modern partnership of equals focused on the future. We are working at pace in my department, the Department for International Trade, to complete our preliminary work on the FDA. We, as many of you will know on this call, we launched our 14-week public consultation on the 25th of May. That ran until August the 31st, and I've been busy over the last few days reading the results of the consultation. And what struck me on reading the results was the huge number of areas where businesses are looking to us to make progress. Throughout the consultation, we have engaged very closely with businesses. We've sought their views on doing business with the India-UK. The CII and others have been extraordinarily helpful. The UK IBC in feeding in views, and of course this will inform the UK's approach and mandate. We've begun the process of analysis, which supports preparations for every FTA. And I do think that this FTA, in these negotiations, I think business will have a very influential role. We have such strong connectivity between British and UK business. To have the business voice being loudly expressed to my government and to the Indian government, expressing the views of those, many on this call, who actually know what we can achieve through a strong FTA, I think will be profoundly helpful. So I'm really encouraging the CII, individuals on this call, and the UK IBC to step up to the plate over the next few months and really get engaged with this. I know how much Prime Minister Modi has welcomed my government's enhanced strategic interest in the Indo-Pacific. A vivid demonstration of this tilt has been the voyage to the region of our new UK carrier strike group, led by HMS Queen Elizabeth, the most sophisticated naval vessel in the world at present. And of course, as well as projecting our defence capability, our carrier strike group has allowed us to create a platform to champion the UK's global prosperity and trade agenda. And I know that as well as trade and industry, working together with India on tackling global challenges, such of course as COVID, the very important question of regional security and prosperity, a subject that's clearly moved up the agenda, owing to some of the matters that have occurred over the last few weeks, and of course on taking concerted action to tackle climate change and to promote sustainable and clean growth. And of course, we're so connected at the people level, and I think it's been really a sign of the times and a good sign for the future. This desire to strengthen the living bridge, as I call it, of people-to-people connections. We've launched the first of its kind migration and mobility partnership. I know this has been a matter of great concern to Indian businesses over the years, and I really hope that the work on this will boost talent flows between our two countries, of course, as well as tackling illegal migration. And I was very pleased to see that the partnership includes a special scheme to make it easier for young Indian and British professionals to live and work in each other's countries without sponsorship for 2 years. Because how many of us on this call have benefited as when we were younger for exposure to other countries and cultures, and the huge impact that it has had on our lives. I would like to say that this is the first time that the UK has offered such a scheme to another countries where people have required visas to visit the UK. So in conclusion, I think all of us on the call would absolutely agree that India and the UK are natural partners. We're both democracies and market economies, and in future, I've got no doubt our partnership will be built on science, technology, and a commitment to free enterprise. Working side by side, absolutely, we have to crack on with boosting investment and exports between us over the coming years, addressing market access issues, removing barriers to trade that are hindering growth, and unleashing the vast untapped economic potential that we share. And I've got no doubt that together we will be pushing new frontiers in areas such as digital tech, pharmaceuticals, advanced engineering, leading the world, I hope, in innovation. And that will clearly be to the benefit of jobs, wages, and opportunity for our peoples. And let's just keep that in mind. Free trade agreements aren't just pieces of paper that we negotiate and sign. They are things that actually can have a profound impact on changing people's lives and creating economic prosperity, which will benefit both our countries, benefit throughout both our countries. So looking forward to hearing the results of this conference. And thank you again, my friends at the CII, for inviting me to address it. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Lord Grimstone. Thank you very much. It was so valuable for us and all our members and our companies to hear your perspectives as you so very well elaborated on welcoming Indian investments, and it will be great to work with your team and your office on furthering this very, very important relationship, certainly at a bilateral level, but also engage very closely on strategic matters in multilateral avenues. But as I thank you, I must also say in today's world of video conferencing, we often tend to examine the backgrounds of our speakers on the screen. And I just wanted to tell you that I cannot but resist appreciating the beautiful Lord Ganesha in your bookshelf. Thank you. So that was great. And thanks also to our High Commissioner. Thank you, Madam Gayatri Kumar, for your support, your leadership as always, and really setting a very good tone for this conference here today. Thank you very much for all that you have done for this delegation and all that you have been doing for Indian businesses in the UK. Thank you very much. And special thanks to again to the Indian High Commission, Rohit Wadhwana in particular, for his constant teamwork with Team CII, and to all our speakers who will be engaging in the proceedings throughout the day. Thank you for joining us, and we have a great team and a great program ahead. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Excellencies. Thanks for this participation and for your inputs. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.